Welcome to Star Citizen and the Gentleman News. This week continued in the origin stories, where we are introduced to CIG employees, where we met the editor Justin Chambers. Justin, who was hired by Chris Roberts a few years ago, is co-responsible for the popular Star Citizen trailers and also follow the Inside Star Citizen. And his job description sounds kind of familiar to me. Justin mentioned that before he had hired at CIG, he only knew Chris Roberts in connection with his movie background and was very surprised that he also makes computer games. Now he's already one of the long-time employees. The hacking mechanics were presented in more detail, especially the accesses were shown in different variants. These are not always obvious at first sight, but can also be hidden, among other things, in floors and paneling. The gameplay is supposed to be extensive, challenging and multi-layered, which we can only expect in a first version towards the end of the year. There will also be different hacking keys and access options for the different purposes, which will require experience and skill. Thus, it is not just a simple minigame, but its own game mechanics with mining, bounty hunting, exploration, medical gameplay, salvaging and all other game mechanics to be on par. After all, what would the world be today without computer specialists? Let alone 2951. The space whales were again a topic, and there were further concept drawings and references to a medium-term implementation. There should also be independent gameplay, which should be directly related to these huge flying colossi in the area of the gas giant Crusader. We will apparently also be able to land on these giants, explore them and interact with them indirectly. There are a lot of possibilities due to the different gameplay mechanics, which offer an enormous potential. For example, collecting resources for a medical gameplay. The Drake ship HUD design was presented again, whereby this is oriented to old Russian helicopter displays and already appears very coherent and in Drake style. Because in the medium term, each ship manufacturer should receive its own design, which visually fits the manufacturer. And also from Drake, there were again pictures of the Drake Vulture, the one-man salvaging ship, which is currently in the white box phase and a release is expected soon. Another sneak peek was the presentation of several design sketches for this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which will take place on Orison, the cloud city on the gas giant Crusader in November. But also an update to the large hospital on Loreville in the Hurston area could be seen. Here the design of this industrial planet was taken up and implemented in the area of the hospital, clearly recognizable. This, like also the counterpart on Area 18, appear however only with the version 3.16 and 3.17, with the medical gameplay which appears however already with the coming 3.15. We receive, however, already all other hospitals in the Stanton system. And in the area of the medical gameplay, a clear focus is recognizable on it, since necessary mechanics and background systems accordingly adapted and likewise with the 3.15 are implemented, in order to be able to already ensure the first development stage of the medical gameplay with the 3.15. However, it remains questionable to what extent bugs and game errors affect this, or how strongly the consequences affect the individual players. Therefore, the details about the medical gameplay, which we can expect in the next weeks, are especially exciting because almost all mechanics will be affected. Directly related to the gas giant Crusader and the Cloud City Orison, or even any underwater system, is the calculation and representation of atmospheric pressure, which has different effects either on foot or in ships. Here again, a variety of game mechanics and gameplay possibilities are given, which could also result in particularly pressure-resistant ship models for special purposes. From the graphics department, there was an update for the vegetation and environment of Nyx and Paro, where we got to see different plant species and rock formations. These are various designs and templates that will be implemented in the updated elevation system for the terrain, among other things, which will provide a much more versatile and believable representation of terrain surfaces. There are also possible gameplay mechanics, which can consist of harvesting and finding rare plants and materials in order to be able to obtain raw materials necessary for the medical gameplay, or can also offer use in other production and industrial areas. And admittedly, the detailed presentation of various rocks was not really a highlight, but belongs to a credible representation of the planet surface or cave system, of course, as well.
She's too hot to handle.
More interesting, however, was the view of the new Terran height maps, which makes a much more immersive and believable representation of surfaces possible, which also directly brings tactical possibilities, such as height advantages or lines of sight with it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave me a like, and maybe even a subscribe here. With the hacking and the space whales we get new gameplay and more immersive game world, which is increasingly incredible. Of course, in the short term the medical gameplay stands above everything else which we can experience for ourselves in a timely manner, or in the worst case, we have to experience. But we are confident that it will bring Star Citizen another big step forward. But as always, I'm interested in your opinions on the subject. What do you think about space whales and hacking? Feel free to write me in the comments in Discord or in the almost daily Twitch live streams. And as always, the most important at the end, a big thank you to all Patreons, channel members and Twitch subscribers. Without you, this would not be possible in this form. You are a huge motivation. Thank you for your support, guys. You rock. And of course, there will be extensive giveaways again this month. How you can participate and what to expect you can see in the following announcement trailer. And also the big Toby event, where you can pick up countless prizes by just watching our streams, is still in full swing. Details can be also found in the announcement trailer. I say goodbye until next time, see you soon, and as always, see you in the verse.
stranger. I was always inclined to make history, but I never really had the time. Spent my life living dangerously, never worried how I'm getting by. I'm out here working, trying to do what I can. I'm out here sweating, dripping blood from my hands, doing what I'm good at, just doing what I'm made for, just doing what I'm good at, just doing what I'm made for. I know my money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time. I know my money on my mind. Yeah, you bet I'm gonna have a good time. Well, I won't be trouble comes for me. You was always gonna find me out. I'm gonna keep on walking, taking what I need. Ain't nothing gonna touch me now. I'm out here working, trying to do what I can. I'm out here sweating,